for the very latest.
What up, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
world,
Facebook? Listen to the sound of my voice. I have a cool way for y'all to get free merch from us and support the channel at the same time. But this is what you got to do. All you got to do is, first of all, subscribe to the channel. Click. Don't cost you no money, right? Just click. Hit the bell.
Yep.
Free, right? That's step number one. Step number two, leave a comment. It don't matter what you leave. It could be the letter C. It could be the fire emoji. It could be the crown. Whatever emoji you want to leave on there, just leave an emoji. Step three is up to us. All we're going to do, we're going to put you on the drawing. Now, listen, you can put your name on as many videos as you want. The more videos you leave a comment on or emoji, whatever you want to leave, the more times you get added in the drawing, right? We're going to draw your name and we're going to send you the merch. Simple as that. Real easy. All you got to do, follow those steps and we will send you some merch, all right?
Subscribe for the very latest.
My pen is the paintbrush, notepad the easel. Been painting with a twist before, sipping with my people. Stacking lines, equal sign, this verse is the prequel to the man you hear before you flowing through your speakers. Therapeutic, these rhymes help me fight my evils. Pop's dead, brother in the hellhole, hot head. Wrote a song about it, like the head go. We are live and living color, let your paintbrush flow. Now go.
But yeah, man, like, yo, y'all gotta move different in these streets, man. But speaking of Chuck D, and speaking, earlier we talked about content. Like, because I told Trent, we right now the core room is at 9,700 and some change in views, right?
Before the fire.
Before the fire, yeah, man. Shout out to the fire department who put that fire out on the on the YouTube. This whole bunch of videos got deleted. I don't know what happened. But we had 9,000, and I told Trim when we get to 10,000, I'm celebrating. Celebrating, right? But there is a certain content creator that was in the news this week. And the reason why I say, speaking of Chuck D, because this certain content creator by the name of DJ Academics, he was saying how he has a clip that came out about him talking about how all these old rappers look dusty. And he's like, yo, you sure y'all invented hip hop? Cause y'all out here looking dusty. So he pretty much disrespected all the OGs. And this clip got to a few people. They got to LL. LL was the first one to respond. When you get to Russell Simmons, somebody hit the bat signal. Somebody hit that red button, because Russell Simmons is always somewhere in Bali, somewhere, I don't know, he always somewhere meditating, doing something self to advance his
his self mental, like his mental. Like he's not concerned with social media. But they got it to Russell Simmons, and he has something to say about it. But I also listen to academics, and I listened to his interview. He had an interview on the Breakfast Club, and he made some valid points about some things, because he was saying how, and this is for all the content creators out there, you got to watch what you say, but at the same time, for people out there in social media land, you got to watch what you watch, because
True.
that clip had a whole segment to it. And in this segment, he said some other things. So, like, for example, somebody can take that clip that what we just did earlier and turn it into a small clip, and we all out there in the social media land looking crazy. So it's two things I want to talk about. So my first question to y'all is it fair for social media to judge a content creator off one clip?
No, I don't think so. I mean, anything can get bent out of proportion. Is there more than one clip to it?
No, it's one clip.
Is there
It's one clip.
Is there?
So
Well, if that's
all right. So listen, at DJ Academics does live streams all the time. They're long streams. He be on there just running his mouth, kicking and talking. Is it fair for you if he says, all right, so he says, yo, all of y'all old rappers looking dusty. Y'all ain't got no money. Is it fair for you or for people out there in social media to judge you off one clip? Just hearing that one clip, is it fair?
No, you definitely would have to take it into some kind of context, but I mean, if he's talking about one particular incident, then you got to see if there's anything else that he has to go along with it. If that's all he has, and if people are responding to it, then it's out there. People are responding to it. He allowed it to get out there. He does have a right to justify or try to help clear up what he meant. But I mean, if it's out there, people are going to respond to it, regardless of whatever. I mean, I do think that people need to take in consideration, like, if there's anything else that he's saying in regards to that, but also allow him to give a chance to, if he wants to clear up some things or try to help make his point more clearer, allow him to do that. But I mean, if it's out there, people are going to respond to it, and he put himself in that situation to where that's allowed by saying it and letting it be out.
But he is I mean, it's not that he allowed himself, right? Because it's just like what we do, right?
Yeah, I mean, he spoke his mind on an opinion, and it's out there. So you're saying it's fair? Yeah, it's fair.
Okay. What would you think? Is it fair? Is it fair for the general public to judge a content creator off one clip? What do you think?
What is the content? Is it foul content?
He said so. This is what DJ Academics, the clip that was out there, said that all these old rappers are looking dusty, and that basically they're like, he's like, are y'all sure y'all invented hip hop? Because y'all don't look like y'all invented hip hop. Y'all looking old and dusty. That's what he said.
Should the public have the right to judge academics off said clip?
Right. Or just content creators generally speaking. So I'm using DJ Academics as an example. But are they fair? Is it fair for people to judge you off something that was cut from your content?
I think it's a little open because, you know, a lot of things are taken out of context. Like, Drew, it's in that clip. Do you think that somebody watches that and they think, oh, he don't respect the OGs?
That's what happened though.
Like
right, that's what happened.
But I also think DJ Academics does. Like, we kind of know of him. Like, that's Dope Boy, right? That's where everyone we call him Dope Boy. Like, that's the one that's like, he has a podcast.
Right.
He be on a podcast and he be having like modern celebrities come on, like a lot of the new, maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically his career was started off the fact that he kind of brought in a lot of people who are like the new wave of rappers. He's interviewed them, you know, like I would call them like the SoundCloud rappers. Like, he interviewed them, you know, a lot of them. So, you know, so I would say, yeah, that might be him. He used to be on the show Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden. They had the Everyday Struggle show. Yeah, him.
So academics, like, if I seen that clip, and I'm not gonna front, I'm thinking that he probably don't like the OGs, or he's just a little ignorant to hip hop. If I heard him say those words, but it's just like when they was talking, like, there's a clip of Gilbert Arenas. I'm just saying this for. But Gilbert Arenas made a comment on Giannis Antetokounmpo. He said that Giannis, his game isn't there yet. Like, he's a great player, but his game isn't all the way there yet. He doesn't fully understand all the ins and outs of basketball. His skills are still not there yet. But people took that and was like, that means Giannis, like, he don't respect Giannis. Like, he's saying Giannis isn't great. He's saying Giannis isn't this, that, and the third. When all he is saying is that there's another level to Giannis's game that he is not good. So when it comes, but if you hear that out of context, you could think like, oh wow, yeah, this dude is just not giving the next generation their praise. Like, he's just hating. But if you know the game, and if you know Gilbert Arenas, you could be like, okay, like, I see where you're coming from. I see what you're saying, because I honestly think that. I think there's another level to Giannis, but I don't think he's gotten there. I think he's getting there, but I don't think he's gotten there just yet. So when it comes, I just think that there's a lot of clips like that get tossed around, and I don't think it's fair for you to just make your mind up about Gilbert Arenas because you saw that one clip. That's what I'm saying.
So you saying it's not fair? It's not fair.
But I can see how it can happen. It really has to deal with who it is and what's said.
But no, that's fine though. But you already know how the game go. Right. People. There's no, like, what happened. It's a situation where people are going to judge you according to what that clip is, right? So it's like, you know, and then once that clip goes viral, it's over, right?
Yeah.
So, but is that fair for them to do that?
Is it fair for the fan or audience, or
for the person who said it? And we all know, you know, hey, a fair is just a place where you go play games, right?
Exactly.
So, fair is, fair is an illusion sometimes. It is what it is. But we're just talking about like right and wrong, right? Is it right?
Is it right for academics to make the statement?
Or is it right? Is it right for people to judge him on the comments that he made from a clip?
I don't think it's right to just judge a person. When we say judge, are we saying like that's who he is?
No, we're saying so. All right, so basically they calling him, saying basically that he's a hater of the coach of the old school artists. That, you know what I'm saying, that he's the type of person that says that money equals success, right, or contribution to the game. Is it right for them to say that?
I think he has the right to say it. Is it
No,
right?
Right. But is it right for the public to say, hey, this dude is a hater?
I don't know. I think they have.
It's right for them to give their opinion. Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
like
gave
they
his.
have-
It's right for them to give his opinion. So
Okay.
I think you have the right. I don't think it's right to just judge a person, but I do think you have the right. You should have the right to voice your opinion. Yeah.
Okay. So are you just so are you all right? So are you saying that it's right for somebody to call him a hater off that clip?
Of the old school,
Right. Or just any content creator.
I don't know. It's tough because morally I say no, but logically I say yes. Morally I say no because I don't think you should judge somebody off one thing that they say in any context. Like I honestly
taking
think
in consideration of everything that they say. But I mean,
exactly. Like you take it with a grain of salt. Like he said what he said, but the topic at hand was XYZ. So of course he might have a disposition towards that. But does that mean that he does not rock with the old school at all? Like, I'm pretty sure if someone was like, do you even respect old school hip hop? He might start dropping names. He might start dropping tracks. He might start dropping stuff that he knows and listens to. I don't know. For real. I'm just saying. Like, the dude names himself Academics. That was an old brand that we stopped wearing a minute ago. So I'm saying, I was like, it was cool, but we don't rock it no more. So I'm just saying, like, when it comes to that, I believe you have the right to voice your opinion and to say what it is you want to say. Morally, do I believe it's right for you to judge a person and to label them something off of something that you've seen without full context? No, I do not.
So Walt is saying that it's not right.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying it's not right. Yeah.
And Trev, you saying it is right.
yeah, it's right for somebody to be able to, the way how you say judge, you make it seem like they form their own total opinion, but that they actually put in the context of the person altogether. But I do think it's right for people to have an opinion and say in response to whatever it is that a content creator says out there, because in the first place, the content creator is forming his opinion and saying whatever they want in the first place, just as much. So they're putting their word out there, or they're saying something and they're giving their opinion. Just as much as I think it's just as fair that anybody right to give their opinion on anything that they just heard. I mean, that's what it is. Now, is it saying that they have a right to, I guess, put them in a particular type of space? I don't know about that. I mean, I can't say that I do that completely with everybody. I mean, but if out of what I just hear or what I already say, yeah, I have a right to my opinion as far as what I feel about that particular content.
Well,
and just vice versa. Everybody has an opinion of that.
I'm gonna say this. to judge somebody off a clip is very dangerous.
It is.
And it's not right. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and act like I have not done it. But I'm learning as I become a content creator, as I sit here and watch certain situations. I sit back and watch certain situations. It's not right for you to judge somebody off a clip, because if you should know, we should know that with a clip comes a whole entire story. With a clip comes a whole entire thought process. You probably unpacked the whole entire thought before you got to that point. And the people who are judging you don't even know what the whole entire thought is. They're just saying, nah, this dude is this dude is that, he's a hater, he's X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, 3, but haven't even heard the entire thought. That, to me, goes to show how much we gravitate towards the negative and don't want to research to find what really happened, which might be positive. That shows a lot of it really tells me how disconnected we are from a lot of things. You know, it's now granted with academics, the way he displays himself or the way he comes off as a hater. To Walt's point, like the source is automatically gonna say, yo, he's a hater. Right? But the clip could have went like this. This is how the clip could have went. Well, you know, these old school rappers, they ain't looking good. And we ain't providing them with any resources to get better. So these rappers out here making millions of dollars, and these rappers over here, they can't even pay, they don't even know where their next meal coming from. These rappers are looking dusty. They looking bad. And they don't look like they invented hip hop. Now, is that a bad statement?
Oh, like
no, it's not a
haven't
bad
had
statement.
context. Nah, yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's very dangerous for us to judge a creator off half content.
And that's where the whole thing where conversation needs to come in, to where, like I said, like it needs to be allowed where he should be able to help explain his stance on that. So people are allowed, like back to what I was saying, people are allowed to their opinion, but there should be more in context. There should be a conversation that needs to be had. Period. But
Trim,
they're gonna
how the
say,
game go though, Trim.
What's up?
You know how the game go though.
What he's saying is,
I know how the game goes. Yeah, I know how the game goes, and I also know that. Also, to your point, to both of y'all points, and how you say that to be judged, that's a strong word. But I mean, people are going to do it. But it also goes to show to where how much that we as a people are being herded as sheep to whatever agendas are out there. So that means if anything's put up in front of our faces, they know that we're automatically going to react instead of just talk and try to question and get the narrative. So that's why I said, like, I will have an opinion on whatever it is I see, but yeah, there's more always to the story. I have to be able to get a full, true opinion of how I want to stand on something. I got to hear what's going on. So yeah, a conversation would need to be had for who's involved, and they need to be able to give their stance as far as what is being said. So do I believe everything that's being put in front of our faces that it is for face value? Of course not. I don't. And I have a very different opinion as far as a lot of things that's being out there, because I don't believe everything that's being put in front of our faces is actually there. It's not black and white. It's a whole lot of gray, and it's a whole lot of people getting a crayon and coloring it gray on purpose. So that's my whole take on it.
But I mean, I know this ain't. I mean, what you gonna say something, right?
I think, yeah, like I think you were saying in the sense of like there's always going to be what's happening now is that you'll get somebody saying something in one context. Someone's going to take a clip of what was said in said context because of what that person said can come off disrespectful or viral. Something that's
right.
going to ignite some kind of emotion. They're going to take that clip, put it out, push it out, and then so many people are going to have an opinion formed of said person when they finally come across that clip.
Right.
And then it's going to make them think of a certain kind of way of said person. I think
right.
What Trim is saying is that, what you're saying is because of the way that social media works right now, that's how it's going to be happening. What I think Trim is saying is that people shouldn't be so quick to judge off a clip. At the like, you should. It should be a consensus to get the full story, to get the full understanding
right.
of everything that's going on.
Right.
But as human beings, do we do that? I think that's just.
And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I didn't say anything about judging. I just said,
right.
Is it right? Is
No.
it right? You know what I mean? Like, because the thing about it is, see, I think with me, I'm just speaking about like my what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking a lot of part of me is like, I don't know. I've been outside, man. I'm an 80s baby. Like, this stuff that's happening here is not any different than what would happen in the hood. Right? You know how many people got killed off of a clip of a conversation? We ain't talking about like, oh, I'm about to go in this dude comment section. I'm about to tell him off. No. People got their brains blown out because of a clip of a conversation. It's just it's real. It was real. It's real out there, right? Versus now, I've seen this real life. I didn't see it. It didn't happen too many times, dog. It didn't happen too many times, and I think what's happening with me is that because I've seen real. And I see this, I just don't know, like, how to express the fact that this stuff is not cool to judge a person, especially on social media where you can easily go look it up, like what the actual content was. But I think also what I'm missing is that people just like the drama. They like the messy stuff.
They like that too. They do.
You know,
like the attention.
Right.
But I'm saying if you're at a concert and you got a clip of a celebrity acting wild or saying something wild in the middle of a conversation, like maybe they're saying it as a joke, or maybe they're just saying something, or whatever it is. If you take the parts of it and you put that out there that everybody wants to see, that everybody is going to be like, what's his name said what? Such and such said who? That, I believe that people for real just harp on and just they use that to get more followers. They want to become viral. They want to, because honestly, influence is power. Straight up, like it really is, and it's a power that anybody can for real manipulate and use if you know how. And and that's nothing new. Of course, we've been it's the newspaper back in the day. So all I'm saying is now is like, it's just so controllable by anybody. That's the thing. Right. Anyone can use it for anything in any kind of way, in any kind of context. Like I know y'all, I'm gonna get my nerd on right quick, but there's something in Naruto. I remember me and my brother were talking about this. They were talking about characters in the show, who was related to who was whose father and whatnot. So there was a myth going around because someone drew it and their skills were so nice, they drew a certain character and we thought it was another character, just to find out that the original creator was like, I never drew that. I never made that. But that was a viral thing that went on. And everybody in the community that at least that wasn't Japanese, that for real was about it, was like thinking that, hey, this could be real. Like, this could be the real thing. And until you heard it from the horse's mouth, it's something else. Like, and let's take it to the other extreme. Let's talk about the president. Well, the last president. Like, we all know how something can get said one way, and it really is something else. Right. We know that somebody could be telling us something, and we could also know for real that it's straight BS. Right. So I'm just saying, like, don't trust the media all the way, but try to find the source the best you can. And
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there, Walt. Like, that's it. Like, you gotta do your own research, man. And this ain't a clickable topic. I don't expect this to get clicks, likes. I don't expect it. But I hope that somebody knows, like, yo, do your research. You know what I'm saying? When I had to do a book report, you know how many encyclopedias I had to look at? You know how many sources I had to, like, I mean, dog, like, you gotta look at your sources, understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like, look at the whole picture. But I just wanted to bring that up because, I just feel like it just had to be said.
Subscribe for the very latest.